Hello, so in this video we're taking a look at speed limits. I'm going to get driving in a moment and I'm going to show you some roads where the speed limits are a bit strange, and I want you to let me know in the comments why you think the limits are what they are. There are going to be some roads where they seem far too low and some roads where they seem far too high. So let's get moving. Let's activate my automobile and let's go for a drive and look at these speed limits. So I'm just parked up at on this little side road here. I'm going to join the main road. I won't signal here because there's no one around, no one behind me, it's a dead end. So there's a cyclist from the left, just checking around. No one coming, so off we go. So the speed limit on this road is, as you'll see in a moment on this repeater sign, 40. So this road's okay, but in a moment you're going to see some where they're very strange and you think, why are the limits that? It doesn't seem to make any sense. So we're going past the Cattery, and this road, like I say, is 40. It used to be 60 for a car. All the limits I talk about are going to be for a car. So it was 60 all the way down here. As you see, it comes down to a 30. Now a lot of people ask me on lessons, why does this road become 30? Because it seems really slow. Well, one of the reasons is just here, about 20 years ago, there was a paperboy killed, and I don't think it's still there now, but there was like a plaque up on a tree with his name on it. So that's one reason that this road has a speed limit of 30, but it can seem really slow. Now another reason that I'm guessing, because I'm only guessing what the council and the highways agency or whatever, what they decide, what they set the limit from, is that if you look at the left and the right, there is a ditch. Now this road, as you can see from the left there, this road suffers a lot from erosion. The road just collapses really easily, and very often, pretty much every year, this road is closed for repairs. And I'm guessing that one of the reasons the limit's so low, and it doesn't seem like anyone else is doing 30, but this road does have a limit of 30. But it seems one reason it's quite low is because of that ditch, and because the road maybe suffers if you go too fast. I suppose you may do too much damage to the road. But what doesn't make sense is in a moment the limit's going to go up in a place where you could never really do the limit. So here he goes up to 40 and I'm checking around, no one behind, looking ahead, not too bad. You can pick up here, there is a bend and the view's not great, but you can see enough to go at 40. So it's a nice clear day. I can see over the hedge there's no horse riders. If there are horse riders, you can generally see their heads bobbing up and down as they're sitting on the horses. So I'm doing 33 and there's some horse muck on the floor there, which gives me a clue there might be horses around. This is where it starts to get very strange though. Looking ahead, what can you see? Can you see it? Because I don't know if you can see on the camera quite as well. National speed, so on this road that will be 60. Now this sign here is quite new, but there is no way you want to be doing 60 down here. It says slow on the floor, it gets very narrow, and I don't know if you can see on the video, but the left it's just nothing but curbs, potholes, ditches. I'm braking, the van's braking, I'm down to 26. There is no way I would have wanted to meet that van there doing national. Here, just there, I actually saw a van once who picked up too fast and he skidded, he lost the back end of his van and he went sideways to the hedge, and I've seen many cars crash here. So there's a tyre on the left there, there's massive potholes here, and if you're coming down here with 60 and there's a puddle and a car comes towards you, this is awful. I'm now doing 35 and that is the maximum I would recommend doing on that road, even in good conditions like this. And if you put your foot down now and get up to 60, you're going to have a surprise because the end of the road's coming up. But there's nothing to tell you that. There are some fairly new signs that tell you the speed limit, but it doesn't tell you that the end of the road's coming up. It's actually quite easy to miss the end of this road if there are no cars going past. So there we had a road where the limit was 30 when it could have maybe been higher, and then 60 when it could maybe have been lower. There's a lorry blocking the road on the right, so I'm going to creep and I'll come out of here. But wait till you see the next road. Now this road is very often closed, in fact it's always closed over winter. From about sort of November to February time, the police put a sign up here and it just says road closed, and it's open up again at the moment, I think. Yeah, so I'll go the other way. You can go down that road. We may come back there in a moment, but that road is quite narrow, but I'm going to go just ahead. So it's still 30 at the moment. It's going to change quite soon, and it seems a bit bizarre that it changes the way it does. So this roundabout will go ahead, and then we'll take the road on the left just after that. So I'm checking behind, there's a black car coming up fairly quickly. The view to the right's really poor, so I need to slow down quite a bit for this roundabout. I'll come down second. The views gets better as you get closer. There's no one there, so I'll go, and I'll take the next road on the left. So we turn into this road, and look at where you can see. Quite a bad view uphill, quite narrow. And what is that? I won't say X, I don't know if you'll see it on the camera just yet. Can you see it? National speed limit. There is no way I will put my foot down here. I mean, look at it, downhill, narrow. There's a van, I'm going to have to slow right down to 20. I'm doing now 15. We're just passing the postman's thanks. And yes, it is a postman, not a postwoman, so I'm not being sexist. Look at this. This is what I call the maze of Y-junctions. If you know what Y-junctions are and you like them, look at that massive hole there. This is where you want to come if you like Y-junctions. Are you telling me you do 60 down here? No way. I'm doing 20, 18, 14. This road is narrow, and I've got a car now behind me, and I'm doing 25. You can't see very far ahead. Now I could pick up a little bit. The car behind's keeping a good distance back. That's good driving by them. Now you must be able to stop on the road you can see is clear ahead of you. So that bird, if he wasn't moving or whatever, I could brake and I could stop before that bird. If ever you can't see where you're going to stop, you're in trouble. I'm now doing 30 and it's 60 around here. Are you crazy? No way would I do 60 down here. I'm going to follow to the right. The car behind me is turning off. It's so bad I'm going to have to drop to second. Just look how narrow this road is, and narrow and twisty and bendy. 16 I'm doing now, and I can barely see on the road that I'll be able to stop on. The view gets a little bit better. One hazard you have to watch out for around here is washing machines. Yeah, washing machines. Why? Because people dump them here. This is a popular dumping ground, and there are signs up saying warning, there are cameras watching, because this is where a lot of people can fly tip in, and you often see fridges and freezers and washing machines just dumped there. So the speed limit's still national. I can't see too far ahead. There's a mirror on the right, which is for the people coming out of the house so they can see better. I'm now doing 31, so I've not got above about 35 max on this road. That car's all over the place in the middle of the road. You would not want to do 60 down here. If I pick up a bit now, the view's better. 35, 40, got my foot down, 45. This is too fast for these conditions, so I'm slowing down. I don't know how much that comes across in the video, but I wasn't suitable for these conditions. I only did it because there's no one around, but I wouldn't be doing that speed down here. I'm going to turn left, and this is the road you often go on your driving test, because we're not too far from the local driving test centre. So what's the limit on this road? Still national. Would you be doing national down here? Well, you might have a surprise, because there are very often chickens in the road around here. There's a farm, can't see too far around the bend, and there are very often chickens walking around here, none there today. So I'll pick up, and again looking ahead, you can't see that, well you can see quite far, but you can't see well around the bend. So I'm doing 34 miles an hour now, checking behind me, checking ahead. I'm going to cover my brake with my right foot, just in case I need it. The car's just rolling at the same speed anyway. I'm in the middle of the road because I can see far enough ahead to do that safely. I'm braking a little bit, but you can't see much at all. And this road is prime driving test. You'd normally come the other way. It tests if people are going to start picking up. If you start doing this, the examiner's going to be no on the brake, you are going too fast. And that is how people fail down this road. So you might well ask then, well, why is it got a limit on national if you can't do national? That's what I want you to let me know in the comments. I know what the official answer is, but I don't want to give you all the answers. I want you to take part in these videos. I'm going to take the next road on the left, which is very hard to see. It's just past this next telegraph pole. And I think this is a Y junction from memory. Where'd you go here then? Yep, head for the first single line. Notice the double line there, give way to the right now on there. A lot of people miss that and just come round and don't realise they may have to give way. What's the speed limit now? National. There's that sign I was saying about fly tippers beware. So again, I would not be doing national down here, because if I went faster I wouldn't be able to stop. So the point of this video is, sometimes limits can be a bit funny, or they can seem a bit funny, but there is often a good reason for them being what they are, and other times you think, why are they that? Why is this national? You would never do national. I'm doing 27, this is perfectly quick enough for this road. If I start picking it like this, 30, can't see far enough ahead. Remember that they are limits, not targets. You don't have to do the speed limit. And yes, you can be pulled over. It's an offence to drive too slowly. I'll go right here. But you know, if you're driving on 1 mile an hour down the road, where you could be doing more, you may be in trouble. But you should not just blindly pick up to the speed limit. This is where new and inexperienced drivers go wrong. They think, oh, it's national, I'll pick up to national. I'll know there's something coming, bang, too late. Lots of signs went fly tipping. Fly tipping means washing machines in the middle of the road. And I have seen it where you come around the bend, bang, someone thinks it's funny just to dump a washing machine in the middle of the road, especially at night. You may not see that. This road also floods really badly, but it's still national speed limit. Massive scarring there on the left, as it says road liable to flooding. You see that in one of my videos, there was a few cars got stuck here. So yeah, I think I'll end the video there, but I just wanted to give you that drive and just get you talking about speed limits. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with the limits? There's someone going quite fast. See, she slowed down very suddenly. Back to 30 now. So yeah, I shall pull over here. Yeah, there's a cyclist quite far back, so I'll signal for them. So I hope you've enjoyed that video. Just to get you thinking about speed limits, can you let me know in the comments why the limits are what they are? Check out these other videos on the screen now. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.